Mike Tramp and my buddy here, Søren Andersen. We are Mike Tramp and the Rock and Roll Rolling Circus on tour at the moment in Denmark. From time to time I have run into Søren, and this summer came the perfect opportunity to start working together. And when you choose somebody to work with, it's always an experiment, it's always a chance. And fortunately this one became the fairy tale with a happy ending. With Søren, the great thing about it was that he was able to hear all of the things in my songs that I couldn't hear. You know, like I take a basic A minor and he says, well, what about if you throw a 9 in there? And I say, well, I never thought about it, but it sounds fantastic.
Mike is 100% the songwriter. I haven't co-write anything on it. It's Mike stuff, all of it. But I was that extra little salt and pepper exotic thing in the whole cooking, and it was great, and it's still good because first I was only supposed to produce the album, and now I'm the touring guitar player as well. So it's a journey, and it's very much the music that I grew up with. We're talking Aerosmith, we're talking AC/DC, some of the Tom Petty early stuff, that kind of southern rock thing. It's all over the album, and I love it.
The layering is kind of like something that comes when you're done with the basic thing. It always has to work when the two guitars and the bass and the drums plays. I mean, that's why even though it's far from, but that's why we mentioned bands like Aerosmith or AC/DC. It's that straightforward classic rock and roll that the song has to work at that basic. Now, we would then record the songs there, and there would be a guide vocal, and everybody would be very psyched about, man, it's really grooving. Then, you know, we would go home, and at night sometimes, you know, Søren would sit there and just find these small things that just appears like little hobbits coming out of the grass here and there, and just saying hello, and then disappearing. So, and you know, they're not things you can sit and develop. They have to come to you as an idea. Suddenly you hear it on your bicycle or in a taxi or whatever, and you go to the studio and you make it. And I'm so close to the songs because, you know, they started in the couch where they were acoustic guitar, and then I've been traveling around the world and playing them in hotel rooms. And then you record them and you're sort of burned out with the song, and you cannot hear anymore. Although that magic chord is just around the corner, then somebody fresh comes in and they hear it instantly. You should be playing that right there. And that is about letting go of your songs to someone else. But that someone else has to be someone you trust. We did not come here and create rock and roll. We're basically just the torchbearers of the 5th generation that's carrying on what the masters created, and therefore we like to throw small snips of things you have heard before into the songs. It's not because we couldn't come up with something better, but it's just because we can't avoid it. It is so obvious that it needs to be there. If it's a mini moog that reminds us about a classic English band called Sweet in the 70s, or if it's just a classic AC/DC riff that just opens a song and then it goes into something else, that's very important for us, because we would not be here playing these guitars, playing these amps, playing these effect pedals, singing like we do, wearing the pants like we do, if it hadn't been because of Jim Morrison, Hendrix, Freddie Mercury, John Bonham, whatever it is. Those are our heroes, and they have to be part of our music.